Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on July the 8th, 2019. European stocks mixed, US and Asian indexes down. European stocks drifted and US equity futures fell on Monday, along with steep declines in Asia as investors kick off the busy week in cautious mood. Shares in Europe desist on expectations of an aggressive interest rate cut this month by the US Federal Reserve, but the losses were limited by a 2.7% jump in Deutsche Bank after it announced a major overhaul. US index S&P 500 index declined 0.1%, while Asian benchmarks also marked losses. Technology stocks in Asia tumbled amid Japan's export controls on certain Korean semiconductor materials, while concern that new listings will overhaul the market weighed in China. The yield on 10-year Treasuries decreased 1 basis point to 2.02% in the United States. Deutsche Bank launches overhaul, cutting jobs. Shares of Deutsche Bank open up more than 3% on Monday to reach their highest value since May the 2nd, as company launched one of the biggest overhauls of its investment bank since the financial crisis by cutting 18,000 jobs around the world. The lender announced the job losses on Sunday as part of a restructuring plan that will cost €7.4 billion, $8.3 billion. As part of the overhaul, the bank will scrap its global equities business and cut some operations in its fixed income. Deutsche Bank gave no geographic breakdown for the job cuts, though the losses are widely expected in Europe and the United States. The global working day on Monday began with cuts in Sydney, Hong Kong, and elsewhere in the Asia-Pacific. Dollar near 3-week high as rate cut bets fell. The dollar held near 3-week highs early trading on Monday, strengthening its gains after last week's strong U.S. jobs data lowered expectations for a sharp Federal Reserve interest rate cut. U.S. non-farm payrolls climbed to 224,000 in June, the most in 5 months, data showed on Friday. This number is beating economists' consensus estimate of 160,000. The dollar index stood at 97.229 in early London trading, close to the near 3-week high of 97.443 marked on Friday. Meantime, the Turkish lira fell sharply after President Tayyip Erdogan dismissed the central bank governor, sparking worries about the bank's independence. The euro, which dropped on Friday, rose to $1.1225 during today's session, while the British pound last traded at $1.2513, down 0.2% on the day. British Airways has to pay a record $230 million fine. IAG, owner of British Airways, is facing a record $230 million fine for the theft of data from 500,000 customers from its website last year. The fine was established under tough new data protection rules placed by the UK's Information Commissioner's Office. The ICO proposed a penalty of £183.4 million, or 1.5% of British Airways' 2017 worldwide turnover for the hack, which it said exposed poor security arrangements at the airline. After that, shares in parent company IAG fell 0.8% to 452.7 pence. Willie Walsh, CEO of IAG, said British Airways would be making representations to the ICO about the proposed fine.